Nathan here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Kelty Gunnison 1.3 solo backpacking tent. This tent comes in at about 3 pounds and $169 MSRP. Great value, great tent. Let's take a look. Kelty has really outdone themselves with the Gunnison. It's a lightweight, feature-rich tent with many of the amenities you'd find in more expensive gear. Everything from a dual vestibule and awning to a very ventilated system, allowing minimum condensation within the tent while you sleep. Great system overall. As you can see here, we've got some large vestibules for gear on both sides. We have a large D-shaped door used for entry into the tent. It is the only entrance this tent has. It's also got nice no-seam mesh along the door and along the canopy. You can't see it right now because the rain flies on. So now that we've seen the vestibule space on the outside, let's go ahead and take a look at what it looks like in here. Like I said before, we have a large D-shaped door. We're going to go ahead and unzip this, and an interesting pocket right here along the side. Your door actually rolls up and stuffs nicely right into this pocket. Keeps it out of your way, allows you to do work, and especially if it's nice. Right now the mosquitoes are out, so we're dealing with that. So here we go inside the tent. It has a lot of length, a lot of great length along the outside. Great fit as far as my head doesn't touch. No head touching on the top. My feet don't touch. I actually have probably another 6 inches for feet. You could even put some gear down there if you'd like to. The one downside for this tent, one thing I don't like, is it is quite narrow. It's only about 30 inches, and as you can tell, I'm a pretty big guy, so my hands do touch. My arms do touch as I'm laying in here. Mainly a mild annoyance. The tent is plenty large enough for any solo backpacker, and the other features you get here are more than make up for that. We also have one con, is they have these interesting gear loops on the top of the tent. The issue with these is that they are not necessarily compatible with the Kelty gear sling. It does technically clip onto there, but it doesn't fit. It feels saggy. It doesn't feel like it's going to hold anything. Really not a fan of that feature, and I don't think we'll be using that often. Or maybe we can find some third-party item that'll do it as well. So that's the interior of the tent. We're going to move on. We're going to take a look at some of the tent stakes, and we'll take a look at some of the ventilation system that I was talking about earlier. And I think you'll have it for the Kelty Gunnison. We're going to do a quick review on some tent stakes. I know we looked at the Gunnison in the past, and here we've got the Kelty No Bend'em tent stakes. These are an incredibly popular tent stake used around the country and around the world. They're known for lightweight and durability, but I will say we have recently had some issues with the Keltys. Let's go ahead and pull these out, and as you can tell, they bent. And we're not talking about trying to drive them into a volcanic rock or anything. This is relatively soft ground, relatively little force, and the tent stakes bent. I don't know if this is a manufacturing issue here with this particular set, but as a general rule, first time out on the trail, you really don't need that. So I don't have much to say about that other than these stakes have known to be good in the past. They're well reviewed. A lot of people like them, but from our personal experience, our personal use with them, I'm not sure I'd go with Kelty No Bend'ems again. Maybe I'd swap to the other popular stake, the MSR groundhogs, or hell, even some Walmart stakes I'd take that haven't bent over these bad boys. So there we go. That's it. The Kelty No Bend'ems, probably a no-go for future purchases.
Here we are, the morning after spending the Kelty. There is we're good. It was really hot last night, but we took the rain fly down, and it breezed it out nice and good. So a lot of airflow cooled it right down. So we'll be getting up here shortly, and we'll go ahead and take a final look at the Kelty Gunnison. Yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll take a look at it with the rain fly, and then we'll go ahead and ride on out of here for the day. So let's get started. All right, everybody. Now that we're up, we'll take a look at the tent. We went ahead, like I said, we had to take the rain fly off. It was so hot, probably 70% humidity. But I stayed cool and dry once the rain fly came off. So we'll take a look at the Kelty Gunnison real quick here without the rain fly. We got nice no-seam mesh along the outside. I was initially a little worried about the tent being not really having good views, but man, the Kelty has a really good design here. It looks like it may not, but this had really expansive views above, so if we've got any sky watchers, on nice nights you can take the rain fly off, and man, you can really see everything. Let's go ahead and look. Another interesting feature about Kelty is they have these clips here, and they just clip right onto the pole. I haven't seen this before. Oops, sorry about that. I haven't seen that before, but they clip right on. It's nice and taut. 2-pole system. They've got really nice, strong, light aluminum poles. We haven't had any issues with those yet. The length of... We talked about the length yesterday. The length of the tent is quite nice. I mean, I had plenty of room. You can see here I had plenty of room for gear below me. I had plenty of room for gear above me there. And then the only issue I did have is it is narrow. Real narrow. In fact, my arms touched the sides of the tent a little bit. I didn't get any condensation or anything, but maybe if it was a little colder and we had a little bit of condensation, you know, that would get on you. I don't see that being a huge problem in the future. Like I said, the tent's pretty well ventilated, and it got real muggy last night. No condensation inside the tent before taking the rain fly off, and definitely none after. So definitely a pretty good design. I've stayed in much worse tents, and I'll be taking this one out on many more trips to come. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna pack this down and roll on out of here.
All right, everybody. After we've woken up, we got the sleep out of our eyes, had some coffee, and packed down the tent. We're gonna do a quick roundup of the Kelty Gunnison. Some of the pros: a lot of length, lightweight, feature pack, nice set of vestibules, awning. Great overall, just a great tent. No seam mesh, gives great views of the sky, cool and well ventilated. Some of the cons for it that we found last night were it is narrow. It's narrow, as you can tell. I'm a pretty big guy. It's narrow for me. My arms did touch the side, and that might be some issues in colder weather. Overall, that's really the only downside. It does come with the Kelty no bendums. We did have some of those bend on us, so we'll probably be replacing those, maybe with some MSR groundhogs. That's really it as far as the Gunnison goes. I hope you enjoyed the video. As you can see, we're here at beautiful Black Creek. This is Moody's Landing. The water looks a little brown, but it's actually colored that way because of the tannic acid in the soil. Really unique. It's really the only scenic river here in DeSoto National Forest. Really one of the only scenic rivers in the southeastern United States. So until next time, everybody, I'm Nathan with Cypress Outdoors, and y'all have a good one.